Ever wondered how deep foreign powers had their claws sunk into China before the Boxer Rebellion? Picture a time when China was not the global powerhouse it is today, but a nation under the thumb of foreign influences. A land fragmented by numerous overseas powers, each establishing their own sphere of influence, controlling trade and dictating policies. Stay tuned as we unravel the story of China's fight against imperialism. The Boxer Rebellion, a crucial event in China's history, marked a significant uprising against foreign influence. This rebellion, which took place between 1899 and 1901, was a fiercely fought battle against the intrusion of foreign powers in Chinese affairs. As we delve into the heart of this rebellion, let's first identify the key players. On one side we had the Boxers, a secret society also known as the Righteous and Harmonious Fists. They were a vibrant mix of peasants, workers, and other disaffected Chinese citizens. Their shared objective was simple, yet daunting: to oust the foreign influences that had been eroding their culture and sovereignty. On the other side of the conflict were 8 foreign nations: the United States, Japan, Russia, Britain, France, Germany, Italy, and Austria-Hungary. These were the countries that had carved up China into spheres of influence, each seeking to extract its share of resources and benefits. The Boxer Rebellion was not a sudden outburst. It was the culmination of mounting frustration and anger. The Boxers, deeply resentful of foreign intrusion, began their campaign with attacks on Chinese Christians, seen as symbols of foreign influence. However, the rebellion escalated rapidly. In June of 1900, the Boxers, with tacit support from the Qing dynasty, besieged the foreign legations in Beijing. A 55-day siege ensued, a period of intense combat and diplomatic maneuvering. The rebellion ended in August of 1900, with the arrival of an international force. The foreign powers, united in their goal to protect their interests, had sent 20,000 troops to lift the siege and restore order. The Qing government, weakened and isolated, was forced to accept a punishing peace treaty. The Boxer Rebellion was far more than a simple uprising. It represented a nation's struggle for sovereignty. It was a stark reminder that the fight for independence, though fraught with peril, is a vital step in shaping a nation's destiny. A testament to the Chinese spirit, the rebellion left an indelible mark on China's history and continues to inform its present. What sparked this massive rebellion? What were the underlying causes? Let's delve into the catalysts that led to the Boxer Rebellion. At the heart of the rebellion lay economic exploitation. Foreign powers including Britain, France, Germany, Russia, and Japan had carved out spheres of influence in China by the late 19th century. These nations established unequal treaties that heavily favored their interests, leading to the economic drain of China. The Chinese people bore the brunt of this exploitation with heavy taxes and low wages, leading to widespread poverty and resentment against the foreign powers. Political interference was another major cause. The Qing dynasty ruling China at that time was weak and corrupt. Foreign powers took advantage of this, imposing their laws and systems of governance, undermining China's sovereignty. The Chinese people felt their political autonomy slipping away, replaced by foreign rule, which was not only alien, but also oppressive. Perhaps the most profound cause was cultural disrespect. The foreign powers imposed their culture, religion, and way of life on the Chinese people. They constructed churches and missions, converting the local populace to Christianity, often by force. This cultural imposition was deeply resented by the Chinese, who saw it as an assault on their way of life and their traditional Confucian values. This economic, political, and cultural dominance over China by foreign powers was deeply resented by the Chinese people. They felt exploited, disrespected, and marginalized in their own land. This resentment simmered, fueling a growing nationalism and a desire to reclaim their sovereignty, their culture, and their dignity. This resentment was not confined to the common people. Even within the Qing court, there were those who saw the foreign powers as a threat to China's sovereignty and culture. They supported the Boxers, a group of peasants who practiced martial arts and believed in their invulnerability to foreign weapons. These factors combined to ignite a powder keg of resentment that exploded in the form of the Boxer Rebellion. They led to a widespread uprising that shook the very foundations of imperialist control in China and had far-reaching consequences not just for China, but for the entire world. The rebellion was a tumultuous period filled with key events and significant figures. As we peel back the layers of this turbulent era, we find ourselves amid a storm of violence, bravery, and desperate struggle. The Boxer Rebellion was not a single unified movement but rather a series of events stitched together by a common thread of resistance. Among these, the siege of the international legations in Beijing stands out as a pivotal moment. In the summer of 1900, a conglomerate of foreign diplomats, civilians and soldiers found themselves barricaded within the city's legation quarter, facing a 55-day siege by the Boxers. The world held its breath as the legations fought for survival, their situation growing dire with each passing day. But let's not forget the key figures who played their roles in this grand theater of rebellion. Empress Dowager Cixi, the de facto ruler of China, was one such figure who found herself in the eye of the storm. Initially ambivalent, Cixi eventually threw her support behind the Boxers, declaring war on foreign powers. This decision marked a significant escalation in the conflict, transforming a domestic rebellion into an international war. The rebellion was like a fire that spread across the northern provinces, washing over cities and villages alike. In the heat of the struggle, the Boxers, armed with their traditional weapons and spiritual rituals, stood defiant against the might of the foreign powers. Their battle cry, "Support the Qing, destroy the foreign," echoed through the land. However, the rebellion was not destined to succeed. The Eight-Nation Alliance, formed by several world powers, launched a counteroffensive, brutally suppressing the rebellion. The Boxers, despite their fervor and conviction, were no match for the modern military might of the foreign powers. The rebellion, though unsuccessful, was far from futile. It was a testament to the spirit of resistance, a spark that ignited the flame of nationalism in China. It was a crucible of violence and struggle, leaving an indelible mark on China's history. This rebellion was a crucible of violence and struggle, leaving an indelible mark on China's history. The rebellion ended, but its effects reverberated far beyond the battlefield. The Boxer Rebellion, in essence, was a catalyst, a spark that ignited a flame of change. It was a defiant stand against the forces of imperialism, a powerful symbol of China's struggle for sovereignty. The rebellion's immediate aftermath saw increased foreign intervention in China. The Eight-Nation Alliance, victorious, imposed the Boxer Protocol on the Qing dynasty in 1901. This agreement held the Chinese government responsible for the rebellion and demanded enormous reparations. The strain of these reparations led to economic crises, further weakening the Qing dynasty's control. The rebellion also marked the beginning of the end for the Qing dynasty. The emperors could no longer command the respect or loyalty of their people, having failed to protect them from foreign exploitation. The Boxer Rebellion sowed the seeds of discontent, and by 1911, this discontent bloomed into the Xinhai Revolution, which overthrew the Qing dynasty and established the Republic of China. Internationally, the rebellion led to a shift in the perception of China. It was no longer seen as a passive nation easily manipulated by foreign powers, but as a country willing to fight for its sovereignty. The Boxer Rebellion was a tragic chapter in China's history, but it was also a turning point, a moment of awakening that signaled China's determination to reclaim its autonomy. But the legacy of the Boxer Rebellion extends beyond China. It forced the world to reevaluate its approach to imperialism. The rebellion served as a stark reminder of the destructive consequences of unchecked foreign domination, prompting nations to reconsider their imperialistic ambitions. And so, the Boxer Rebellion, born out of desperation and defiance, had far-reaching consequences. It changed the course of China's history, paving the way for the end of imperial rule and the birth of a republic. And on the global stage, it served as a powerful testament to the resilience of a nation and the unyielding human spirit in the face of oppression. The Boxer Rebellion set the stage for a new era in China's history. More than a century later, the Boxer Rebellion still influences modern China. The echoes of this historic uprising continue to reverberate through the corridors of time, shaping the nation's identity and informing its foreign policy. Underneath the proud banner of modern China, there's a narrative of resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a people who stood against foreign domination. The Boxer Rebellion was not just a fight against imperialism, it was a battle for identity, a struggle to reclaim what was rightfully theirs. Today, this sense of national pride, this spirit of resistance, is deeply embedded in the Chinese psyche, manifesting itself in the country's approach to international relations and diplomacy. In the realm of foreign policy, the Boxer Rebellion serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked imperialism. It's a lesson learned in blood and sacrifice, a lesson that continues to shape China's stance on sovereignty issues. The rebellion has instilled in China a deep-seated resolve to protect its territorial integrity and national interests, to prevent a repeat of history. The Boxer Rebellion, in essence, was a catalyst for change. It stirred the nation, sparking a series of reforms that would ultimately lead to the fall of the Qing dynasty and the birth of the Republic of China. It marked the beginning of a new era, an era where China would rise from the ashes of its past, stronger and more determined. The Boxer Rebellion, a symbol of China's fight against imperialism, remains a poignant reminder of the country's struggle for sovereignty. It's a story of resilience, a story that continues to inspire and shape modern China.